Let's make a skillet of cornbread. We're going to start out with the 10-inch cast iron skillet, and you're going to want to grab the Crisco. Now, I like to use butter-flavored Crisco, and I'm going to begin by wiping my iron skillet down with some Crisco on a paper towel. I just want to make sure that it's all nice and coated. Preheat your oven to 450 degrees, and then just drop about a tablespoon of that Crisco into that skillet and pop it in the oven. While that Crisco is heating up, we're going to go ahead and throw this cornbread meal mix together. I like to use Martha White self-rising buttermilk cornmeal mix, especially when I'm frying cornbread or making recipes. But when it comes to a skillet full of cornbread, I really like the white cornmeal mix better, but I didn't have any, so you use what you got. And we're going to start out with 2 cups of cornmeal mix. Add 1 egg, and I like to go ahead and just whip that egg up before you put it in the cornmeal mix. I don't typically measure a lot of things, but I tried to measure this for you. I'm starting out with 1 cup of milk. Now grab the Duke's mayonnaise. Yes, Duke's mayonnaise. My ex-mother-in-law taught me how to make cornbread, and I still to this day don't make it as good as her, but oh, she made the best cornbread of anybody I've ever known, and she put mayonnaise in it. That's 1 heaping tablespoon of mayonnaise. Grab the flour, and we are going to add about a 1/2 cup of flour to this. Melt 1/4 cup of the Crisco and just pour it in. Now, I know a lot of people will pour it directly from their iron skillet. I don't do that because it's always so hot, and I would rather do it in the microwave. That's just how I do it, but you do you. Either way, we're going to add 1/4 cup of Crisco. Now we're going to mix this, and you can already tell we need a little more milk. So I'm going to add another 1/4 cup of milk. You want the consistency to be a little bit thicker than pancake batter. Perfect. Now, I find that a lot of people make their cornbread totally different than I do. So, again, you do you. But go ahead and grab that skillet, and we're just going to swish around that oil. Make sure you coat the sides. You do want to make sure your Crisco is really hot before you pour your cornmeal mix in it. Now, I will say I probably added too much Crisco to this. Probably a teaspoon of that Crisco in that skillet would have been perfect, but I haven't made a pan of cornbread since Christmas, so there's that. But this turned out great anyways. And just go ahead and pour that cornmeal mix into that iron skillet. Let's put that in our 450 degree oven, and 20 minutes later, voila, we're done. Man, this was good. And if you like really thick, moist cornbread, this recipe is for you. And don't waste that leftover cornbread. You can freeze it, and we're going to make another recipe with that.